JD Vance intense call with Benjamin Netanyahu as he rips Israel's prime minister for selling easy Iran war to Trump. He's confronted him on a call. Despite the killing of Iran's supreme leader, hardline factions have tightened their grip on power. Before the war, Bibi really sold it to the president as being easy, as regime change being a lot likelier than it was, and the VP was clear-eyed about some of those statements, a source told Axios. Vance, who reportedly advised Trump against going to war with Iran, was appointed by the president to help lead negotiations to end the conflict. A day after Vance's call with Netanyahu, a right-wing Israeli news outlet owned by the GOP donor Miriam Adelson reported that the vice president had yelled at Netanyahu over Israeli settler violence against Palestinians in the West Bank. Yeah, because it's unnecessary. Duh. And you missed the moment Trump launched the attack. Wait, what about this? I haven't seen this.
I've covered 5 different presidents. I have never seen one other than Donald Trump, who regularly takes phone calls from reporters. When I called, I was actually calling to ask him if he was firing Kristi Noem. The conversation then turned to Iran, obviously, the major decision which may define not just his presidency, but his entire political career. And I have to say, he just sounded incredibly triumphant. He said to me, "They're calling me the GOAT, greatest of all time." And he asked me, and this he said to me, "They're calling me the GOAT, greatest of all time."
Whoa, wait a minute. This is a real guy. Jonathan Karl from ABC. Trump rejected Netanyahu's proposal for a call for uprising in Iran, saying, "Why the hell should we tell people to take to the streets when they'll just get mowed down?" He's right. The White House suggested foreign diplomats at Vance could lead a U.S. delegation. Iran said it will not negotiate with Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, deeming them, as the UK did, as foreign assets serving Israel, instead demanding to negotiate with J.D. Vance. The VP, who has positioned himself as against the Iran war but supportive of the president, now has the chance to negotiate an end to the Iran war. So this is the one from yesterday, I guess. Let's take a look at it.
What does the off-ramp look like in Iran?
Well, the president said, look, we've accomplished the gross majority of our military objectives. I think you can make a good argument we've accomplished all of our military objectives. Gas prices have certainly gone up because of what's going on in the Middle East, but they're going to come down, right? This is a very, very temporary reaction to what is going to ultimately be a short-term conflict. I think the president's been very clear about this, that we're not interested in being in Iran a year down the road, 2 years down the road. We're taking care of business. We're going to be out of there soon, and gas prices are going to come back down.
Mr. President, if these talks go well and you reach a ceasefire agreement with Iran, do you believe Israel would abide by that agreement?
Yeah, of course.
I think Israel will be very happy with what we have. We just spoke to Israel a little while ago. I think they'll be very happy. This will be peace for Israel, long-term peace.
I think that, like, to the extent that it's the IRGC and that they have any power in Iran, I think that things are going to go back to the way that they are right now. Basically, all we did was, like, mow the lawn. You know, okay, we got rid of all the leadership, right? And we blew up some of their bases, but they're going to rebuild the bases. They're going to get new leadership. They're going to have that happen. Like, you've got to dig it up at the root. And if you don't do that, you might as well have not done anything. That's my opinion. I think that if this war doesn't achieve regime change, it was a waste. It was a complete waste if it doesn't actually do regime change. Because that's the only thing that really is going to change this in the long term, right? It's going to actually improve things.